Good morning, everybody. This actually is an urgent message for Foodie Beauty Chantal Marie. Chantal, you really need, I urge you to go to an emergency room, an emergency clinic, and get this cat scratch taken care of. Um, I was watching Bad Seed this morning. I really wanted to play her whole video because she was spot on. And I said this yesterday before watching that in my own video that, first of all, this is it could be a dire situation for you. These feral cats, they carry disease. This cat drew blood. And for you in your current condition, this is not good for you for several reasons. You definitely need to go and get a tetanus shot. You need to do that immediately if you haven't had one in 10 years. This cat drew blood. Cats carry all kinds of, feral cats especially, carry all kinds of infections. And Bad Seed explained that's exactly what happened to her mother. Now, hang on, not that. Hold on. Okay. So, people with diabetes are at a higher risk of developing complications from cat scratch fever, also known as cat scratch disease. This is because diabetes can weaken the immune system, which we already know. Of course, we already know that. Now, the problem is, Chantal, you're going to ignore this. This can become, I'm glad you had the sanitizer handy, that will help. But because you're diabetic, this, it's a pretty gnarly looking scratch, actually. The way that you took care of Julia's wound got infected. So there's nothing to say that this one, if you don't take care of it, you really need to do that. Also, Bad Seed mentioned, there's been a lot said about your eyes, especially this eye. See where that water's coming down there? Your eyes are leaking. They leak constantly. This is also an issue. I've said many times, this side of your face, and, not just me, everybody's noticed this side of your face is so much more swollen than the other. The eye on this side is bigger. The eyelid is swollen, and both eyes are constantly weeping. And Bad Seed mentioned, it's called diabetic retinopathy. When a diabetic person experiences eye fluid leakage, it's usually due to a condition called diabetic retinopathy, where high blood sugar damages the tiny blood vessels in the retina, causing them to leak fluid in the surrounding tissue, often resulting in blurry vision, which you have complained of many times, or other vision changes. And you've complained of vision changes just the other day when you were driving through the desert to look at the camels. This is because the damaged blood vessels in the retina can't properly contain blood, leading to leakage. Chantal, I urge you, go to the doctor. Get this taken care of, please. Something's going to happen here, which brings me to, this is a very quick video just to, urge you to go, please. Also, I'd like to address Salah a little bit here. Well, this is for you and Salah because, I don't even know how to say this, so I'm just going to say it. Something is going to happen here sooner rather than later. You're going to have some sort of medical crisis, medical emergency, and it could be something that you're not going to either get over very quickly or not even get over at all. You might not wake up. You know, the way you're going, um, it's a given. It's a given. Now, right after yesterday, after eating that cake, and I'm not going to show it, all the other reaction channels are showing when you went to Hardee's and that dirty, great big sandwich. I mean, come on, Chantal. You know, honestly, I don't want to go on about food because I don't think it's helpful, really. Um, you know, people say that even within family members, you know, if there's like a fatter person in the family and the family's going on at them to stop eating, it makes them eat worse. So I don't know if that's what's going on here. Bad Pete Seed did point out that, you know, a lot of your beezers, you've got people in there that are just, they don't mean well for you. And Teardrop is one of them. Just because she gives you a few cash apps to go and buy more food doesn't mean that she's your friend or that she cares about you. Kiwi Farms doxed Teardrop, right? And she's worse off than you are. She's bigger than you, if not, and you know, lives in filth and you know, and what happens with those kittens twice. I still not can't get over that that anybody would do that. You know, she's no better off than you are. In fact, she's probably worse off than you. And guess what, Chantal? Misery loves company. You know, she wants to keep you where you're at. And there are several people in your chat like that sending you money. Go buy another this, go eat that, go do this. You know, come on now. You've got to take control of your health, your own health. You know, I know this is all probably falling on stony ground, but, you know, food aside, take care of this cat scratch. Absolutely. Take care of your eyes. You know, it's just going to get worse. Now, which brings me to, and I want to address Salah a little bit here, and you, because whether you're married or not, I couldn't care less. That, you know, whatever. The problem, Chantal, is something's going to happen, medical wise, you know, medically, and if the worst happens, and it's not something you get over, and you know, let's say you die, you know, and that's a high possibility at the moment. What's going to happen? Have you discussed this with Salah? Has Salah discussed this with you? You know, and I'll tell you why. You're up there saying, you know, you're a revert, you're a Muslim, etc. The problem, Chantal, with that is, well, it's not a problem if you truly are, but you know, people have their doubts about that, and so do I. I mean, a lot of the reason I believe you're wearing all this gear, you know, is to cover yourself up. But what I would say is, if something does happen to you there, which is highly likely, what are you going to do? Have you discussed with Salah that, you know, funeral arrangements? Because as a Muslim, you would be buried in 24 hours. Do you want to be buried in Kuwait? Because that's what's going to happen. Does Salah have the money to bury you? Have you talked to your family? Have you talked about maybe being transported back to Canada? You know, I don't know if your family, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. I don't know if your family can afford that. These are things to think about, and you need to think about them now. You know, do you want to end up, I don't know, in some sand grave in Kuwait? You know, with no headstone and whatever. This is something you need to discuss with Salah. You know, it's concerning. You know, but it's your, you know, it's up to you. I mean, it's your life, and if you're happy with that, I mean, I know when you're dead, you're dead. I guess it doesn't matter where you are for some people, but I don't know. It's not, for example, I now live here in America, but I was born and raised in London, in England. And if I drop dead today, I don't want to be transported back to England. I just want to be cremated. I've already thought about it and scattered over the ocean. That would be my wish. It's something to think about, Chantal. I know you're not even 41, but the rate you're going, something's going to happen here really soon, and you need to really think about that and discuss that with Salah, and also what happens to Salah should something happen to you tomorrow, next week, whenever, in the next few months. What happens to him? I guess he goes, back to what he was before he met you, which that's questionable, but I'm not really concerned with that. That's your business, and here's whatever. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, Chantal, it's really something to think about. What you want to happen to you should something happen to you. And in the meantime, that's it from me. Please, I urge you, go to the doctors today. Get that wound taken care of. Keep it clean. Do not let it get infected. Bad Seed was saying that her mother, it went septic, and her mother died within a couple of weeks. And that's a huge possibility. Go and get that wound checked. And while you're there, sort your eyes out. Seriously. A lot of it, a lot of this swelling has to do with the salt, his sodium. Your sodium intake is outrageous, and that's why your face is all swollen, etc. But the leaking of the eyes is another matter. You've got so many things going on wrong right now that please go to the doctor and get some of it addressed at least. If at the very least, get that wound looked at. Anyway, that's it from me. Till next time, everybody. Bye.